Psychic Bob, also known as Lord Ision. Welcome to Wednesday. It's Wiccan Wednesday. It's so good to see you guys. I'm having a crazy hair day. My hair keeps flying away, you know. It's been a windy day here. But I am so glad to be with you. Golly gee, who all we got here tonight? Let's see who's here. Who we got in the chat? Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see. Oh, there's Kim Osborne is here. Hello, Kim. Laura M is here. Yay. Oh my, there's Queen Cola Bobs. Queen Cola Bobs is our moderator. Give a big shout out. Say thank you to Queen Cola Bobs. She's been helping us a lot, and we're glad to have her here. Well, welcome to Wednesday. It is Wiccan Wednesday. And, you know, for those of you who are new here, if we've got anybody new in the chat, let us know if you're here. All right. Hey, there's Jean Negro's here. Hello, Jean. Welcome. Yay. Well, on Wednesday, we always gather and talk about mystical and magical things because, as many of you may know, or maybe you don't know, not only am I a psychic and a medium from the spiritualist tradition, but I also practice Wicca. So I'm a Wiccan and a spiritualist, and I'm just glad you guys are here. And, so for those of you who know, as I said, every Wednesday we gather and do this. And it's a wonderful place to gather. We're going to study some magical stuff. I'm working on my studio room. So as I get that together, we're going to have more stuff. We're going to actually have altars set up and we can do rituals and things. But I'm working on all that right now. We'll get there eventually. Hey, there's Colleen Croy is here. Yay. Joey Lifestyle's here. Welcome. Good to see you. Yay. Well, it's so fun to have all of you here tonight, And I want to say thank you and give a big shout out to all of you who came out to yesterday's video. If you didn't see that, you missed it. We had messages from the spirit world. Every Tuesday we do messages. For those of you who are new here, we have something 7 days a week here at Spirit Channel. On Monday we do Astrology Monday. And if you didn't see that, we talked about what's going on in the stars. Here's our big zodiac wheel back here in the stars spinning. So, you want to go back and see that and get all the information about what's going on this week. So on Monday, we do astrology. On Tuesday, we do live stream messages from the spirit world. In fact, every day we're pretty much live here now. On Wednesday, we do Wiccan Wednesday, which we're going to do today. On Thursday, we do Vlog Thursday. And I got to tell you, speaking of Vlog Thursday, you want to be here tomorrow because, tomorrow we're going to go out and wear my new shoes. You don't know what I'm talking about. You'll have to go back and see, yesterday's video. Or was it yesterday or Monday's? I got a new pair of shoes from Queen Cola Bob. She sent me a beautiful pair for Christmas of Doc Marten boots. You don't know what Doc Martens are. Be here tomorrow because I'm going to model my new shoes and we're going to go out. We're going to try to do an outside video, weather permitting, of course. But I'm going to be putting on my new Doc Martens and we're going to have a great time, So I hope that you'll come out and join us and be part of that, But, let's see here. Oh, hi, Kim Osborne. Kim Osborne says, blessings, Lord Bob and Lady Cola. I just want to say how wonderful you are and what a pure heart both of you have. Thank you, Kim. God bless you. By the way, Kim, I don't remember if you heard about it, but for everybody else also, if you've been wanting to kind of have some fun and connect with Psychic Bob, we're going to have a special meeting coming up on December 22nd. It's Wednesday, December 22nd at 4 p.m. till 6 p.m. We're going to have our Yule Witches Tea. So it'll be a Wednesday, 22nd of December. And I'm going to have more for you on that. We're still trying to coordinate that. But Lady Cola and I will be hosting the tea. And all of you are invited. We're going to do it over on Zoom. And hi, Robert Steves. Robert Steves is off that day. Yeah, we're going to gather. And the idea is it's going to be a meet and greet for the Order of the Purple Cord. Lady Cola is our new high priestess. And we're going to have some new officers as well. And so I want you guys to come out to that. If you want to go to the Witches Yule Tea, you need to send me an email. and then I'll put you on the list. We were going to charge $5 for the tea, but you know what? I'd rather not charge for that. I'd rather that people just meet and greet and we make it a fun time. Hey, there's Mark Patterson in the chat. Hey, bro. Mark is my brother. Hey, bro, all the way from New Mexico. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad you're here. But, you know, if you want to kind of learn about our spiritual work, we have an online coven. It's an eclectic coven called the Order of the Purple Cord. We're going to have our kind of annual meet and greet. So you can come out. It doesn't cost anything to join the order. We're working on doing new certificates and a new website for that. So anyways, there's a lot that I have to tell you, but you have to come to the meeting to learn about that. So if you want to get in on our online coven, if you like to practice Wicca, we're going to start a Wiccan practice group, a group that meets. We're going to do some lessons in Wicca, like a weekly class on Wicca. And then we're going to also do, you know, monthly rituals with the order. And we're doing some restructuring of how things are done. So there's going to be a lot of changes coming, but I'd love to have you come out to our Wednesday, Yolti Wednesday, December 22nd, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 4 Eastern, 3 Central, 2 Mountain, 1 p.m. Pacific. For those of you in Europe, it'll be a little late. It'll be 9 p.m. London time, 10 p.m. Paris time, but, you know. And if you can, now it's not a requirement, we ask people to kind of dress in a Wiccan way. So maybe you can wear a witch hat or special robes or some special jewelry, magical jewelry. Come out and, you know, bring your witchy self out. We'd love to have you there, okay? Speaking of special events, also, I got to tell you guys, we've got a few different things going on here. We still have openings for this Saturday's psychic development class. And this Saturday, I'm teaching a class on Zoom about how to go into images and move through timelines, how to bring images that you see psychically into three-dimensional and move to the past, to the future, and to understand, to get details along timelines. So I would love to have you guys there, you know, for that class. The registration for the class, you can do it over at my website. It's $30 a person. And we're limited to 30 people for that class. So we still have a few openings. We would love to have you there, okay? So come out and join us this Saturday. You need to register soon, though, because we will fill up. So, yeah. And, hey, Mark, my brother Mark, New Mexico Mark, NM Mark is my brother in the chat. Mark, I hope you'll be able to join us for the tea this year. I know you were there last year's tea. Well, we're going to do our annual witches tea, and we'd love to have you. So bring a cup of tea, bring a snack, put on your witchy attire, and then come on in. We're going to all meet and greet on Zoom. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And, you know, I enjoyed last year. We had so much fun. I got to talk to everybody that came out, and they talked to me, and we all talked to each other. And we're going to talk about, you know, it's going to be a meet and greet, but we're also going to have a ritual to install Queen Cola Bobs, or Lady Cola, as she likes to be known, as High Priestess. We're going to install her, and we have another officer we're going to install. We'll have all that announcement coming soon on that, but hope you guys will come out and join us for that. I'd love, love, love to have you there, okay? Now, also, the other thing is I'm still getting letters about the December 5th Psychic Bob's Inner Circle class. That class is full, all right? But I'm still taking registrations for December 19th. Send me an email for December 19th. I'm going to put together a stack of invoices in the next week, and I will get those out to you. So I'm still waiting to do invoicing on it. So if you've written me, I haven't sent out invoices yet. I will get those out, okay? So now that class, the Inner Circle, is an exclusive group. It's limited to 10 people. And what I do in that class is I'm talking about all the stuff I can't talk about here on YouTube. This December 19th class, we're talking about the mysteries of the zodiac. And I'm going to give you my prophecies from a zodiac perspective of what is coming to the earth in the next few years. And I'm going to talk about the 12 mystical signs of the zodiac and how you can harness the power of each sign in your life. So if you'd like to do that, send me an email and say, put in the date, December 19th, right? Remember that date because some people are getting confused. There is no December 5th class available. It's already full. So don't register for that. Just contact me and say that you want to, go to the December 19th class, okay? So there you go, okay? So December 19th, the mysteries of the zodiac. Love to have you in the class. Now, in that class, the price for the inner circle, Psychic Bob's inner circle, it only meets twice a month, and it's limited to 10 people per class. We still have just a few spaces left for the 19th, so if you want to get in, you need to email me. You need to email me as soon as possible, okay? So, anyways, I'd love to get you in there, okay? Now, let me tell you here. So December 19th, hold on, I got another message. I'm forgetting what I was going to say. Anyways, there you go. I think that's most of the announcements. All right, well, thank you for being here. And we're going to talk about the mystical black crystal. Now, what is the black crystal, okay? Now, so many of you have seen my clear crystal ball. This is my little travel ball, my 80 millimeter crystal. I have a larger one as well. And the black crystal is the opposite of this crystal. So let me show you the black crystal here, okay? This is the black crystal. These are both 80 millimeter balls. But the black crystal, you'll get kind of a different experience with. Okay, it's deeper, it's darker. And many black crystals, this one I believe is made of black obsidian, or I don't think it's onyx, I think it's obsidian. Obsidian is a volcanic glass. And this is a black obsidian crystal. Comes from volcanic glass. When a volcano explodes, it throws out glass because it's heat, it's so hot, and then it cools and turns into glass. And they collect that glass and they can polish it and make jewelry out of it and crystal balls and things, you know. So let me show you. I also have a black obsidian crystal here. This is one of my crystals. Black obsidian. Is that beautiful? Massive crystal point. The black crystal is a sign of mystery. And I've always been drawn to the black crystal. It's hard to see with my black t-shirt on here, but you can see it there against the background. Beautiful, mystical black crystal. And the black crystal could be either used as a point or as a crystal ball. Most people relate to it as a crystal ball because it's easier to scry. But you can also use this, as you see, it's very shiny, reflective, as a scrying device. You can just put up your crystal and go into it, okay? So, oops, we got some questions. Loriam says, that black ball looks cool. Yeah. Thank you, B. LeClaire. B. LeClaire says, oh, I love that crystal ball. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. So, you know, the thing is, when you work with the black crystal, you'll probably experience it in a slightly different way than the other crystal. Now, each of them require, you know, attention and concentration. The thing is that I find that, you know, working with the clear crystal, I just love it. But the challenge with it is sometimes you get more reflections and you've got to set the lighting right. You know, like I usually work with the crystal in candlelight. I'll turn off all the lights and have some candles. That makes a great environment for the clear crystal. The black crystal, because of its nature, does not have as many reflections in it. And so even in daylight, you can use it and go into it, you know. New Mexico Mark says, I'm digging that black crystal and the ball. I've never seen black ones like those. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, look up obsidian ball. You'll find them. Black obsidian crystal ball. And the black ball is really cool because personally for me, I think I prefer the black crystal myself. One, I just relate to the color black. It's one of my favorite colors. You know, I always wear black. And the black crystal I find easier to use. When I sit down at night and I'm doing my meditation, I'll use my black crystal, and there's something that just pulls you into its depths quicker. That's just me. I'm not saying you will have that experience. But for me, it's just easier. I go into a state where I get visions much quicker. Now, some of you I know are going to write and say, hey, I use a black scrying mirror. Is that the same thing? Yes. Black scrying mirror is another form of black glass that you can use. But I'll do a whole separate video on the scrying mirror in more detail. But today I just want to talk about the black crystal ball, because it is literally the accompaniment to the clear crystal ball, okay? So, you know, what I say with when you're using the crystal is literally you're going to have to try both of them. I can't 100% say you will get a better experience with the black crystal, because maybe the clear crystal works for you. It's really a personal thing. But, you know, when I first started using the crystal ball, I loved it. But for me, I found like it took me a lot longer to get into the crystal. So I have, let me show you one of my other crystal balls. This is one of my larger crystals. So I have a lot of crystal balls in my house. So that's my smaller one. This is my larger one. And I love it. Sometimes, you know, with crystals, size does matter, because I found when I got a larger clear crystal, I was able to see into it, and it did take me in a little quicker. But still, that being said, the black crystal still, for me, is probably my preferred crystal, you know. So, unfortunately, these are not that expensive. I think that these balls probably run anywhere from $20 to $40. I don't think I paid that much for this one. I was probably on sale for $17. You know, so they're not expensive, but they're a wonderful psychic tool. You don't really hear a lot of people talking about, you know, the black crystal. It used to be more popular back in the 1940s and 1950s, and I just don't think you see it as much anymore. But it is making a comeback. And also black scrying mirrors are making a comeback. Oh, we just got a donation. Oh my gosh, who is that? City of the Shadow Seas, $4.99. Well, thank you, City. He says, I'm getting into automatic writing. Just started that journey and haven't had anything come through. You know, City, I got to tell you, it's interesting, because the secret to automatic writing is you go into a trance and then the channel opens. You could use the black crystal to induce a trance state. You know, crystal balls, whether clear or black, aren't always just to get a vision in the ball. Sometimes what the crystal can do, it can take you into that meditative state, and then you can start your automatic writing. So you might want to get a crystal ball and explore and see if that helps you with your trance state, you know. So, yeah, so, you know, these are tools of the trade. Many psychics have them. It's almost cliche, you know. Whenever I go on a talk show or a radio show, the host always said, oh, what do you see in your crystal ball, Psychic Bob? You know, and, you know, so it's kind of like I had to have a crystal ball because everybody expects me to have one, you know. Kim Osborne says, I have a really cool crystal necklace. In fact, let me tell you about that, Kim. Hold on just a second. Today, you can see my jewelry I'm wearing. I'm wearing an astrology pendant, which I'll talk about a little later. And then I'm also wearing a black crystal, see if you guys can see this, pendant. Now, I have a silver chalice and a Wiccan pentacle on here. But that crystal in the middle, this is actually a black onyx crystal. The black stones, if you want a natural crystal, are either black obsidian or black onyx. Mark says, put your Hana crystal ball in the bright sun for a day. No, Mark, you don't want to put your crystal ball in the sun. I'll tell you why. The sun can shatter them or start a fire. That's a good point that you say, though, Mark. Crystal balls are magnifiers. If you put them in your house, don't put them in the window. In fact, it's traditional to keep them covered to protect the crystal. My bro has to cruise. Hey, Mark, thank you for stopping in tonight. We're so glad to see you. Anyways, give me a call when you can. Let's catch up, all right? Blessing, bro. Love you. Thanks for being here. But anyways, as Mark was saying, put a haunted crystal in the window. I'm going to disagree, Mark. I love you, but I disagree because it can shatter the crystal or damage it. So don't do that. Now, as I said, this pendant that I'm wearing, Kim Osborne, can you see this? I hope you can see this. Bye, Mark. Take care. This is a black onyx pendant. And so as you can see, this is a black obsidian crystal. This is a black onyx crystal. They look so exactly the same. It's hard to tell. So whether you use black onyx or black obsidian doesn't matter. So that's a black onyx pendant. And I wear that as a blessing and a protector. The black stones are also known as protection stones. Okay, there's Starlight Worker, 1111. Thank you for your kind donation. Rest well, Bob. I'm getting really low energy from you. I hope you are okay, dear. Don't need anything love offering. Thank you. Yeah, I had a kind of a late night last night, so I'm a little tired today. But you know what? I'm okay, and I wouldn't miss being here, but I'm losing my voice. I've been talking so much. So, I'm knocking stuff very well. But I'm doing great, you know, and I wouldn't miss being with my tubies for anything. So thank you. Now, as I said, this is a black obsidian ball. This is a black obsidian crystal. My pendant's black onyx. So obsidian and onyx are the traditional black stones for scrying, you know. And as I said, you know, I wear this one as a protection charm, okay? So, you know, black crystals, what you want to do is get them and pass them through incense, do a prayer over them. I usually take my wand or athame, trace the pentacle over them, do a prayer of invocation, and then it's charged. You know, put the blessing on it. And as I said, I love it. So I wear my black crystal. So Kim, there's my black crystal for you. All right. So thank you so very much. Oh my gosh, let's see. Everybody's coming in here. All right. Alicia Faye. Hello, Alicia Faye. Good to see you. Hey, Mina Laurie. Good to see you. Yay. There's Gary. Thank you so much for being here. So when you work with the black crystal, as I was saying earlier, it's traditional also, even the black crystals, to cover them during the day. Some people like to consecrate their black crystal under the full moon or under the dark moon. I consecrate my clear crystals, you know, the bright shining ones, under the full moon. I consecrate my black ones under the dark moon. I feel like that energy is resonant. Now, the dark moon energy is really a great time for scrying. So if you want to work with the black crystal, you know, look on your calendar, get a moon calendar, and find out when the dark moon is. Sometimes it's called the new moon. It's when the moon is a black disk in the sky. You don't hardly see it. It's almost like it's behind clouds. But sometimes if you're out on a clear night and it's dark moon, you can actually see the moon. It's like a black disk. You have to really look for it, but you can't see it sometimes. That's known as the dark moon. In the Wiccan tradition, we call it dark moon. And that's a wonderful time to work with the black crystal. Some people like to dedicate their black crystals to a god or goddess. Like, so they might dedicate it to Mother Kali or dedicate it to Hecate, who's a dark moon goddess, you know, or to the Morrigan. You don't have to do that. But if you really are into working with your deities, you know, you can consecrate different crystals to different gods as well, you know. And like I always say, you know, do it your way. You don't have to do it just because, like Bob says, I only offer suggestions to you. There's B. Leclerc. B. Leclerc says, I have a black onyx that I wear almost every day. It's in a it's on a chain with my pinnacle charm. Similar to mine, huh? How you like that? All right. All right. Yay, black onyx power. Oh my gosh, we just got another donation. Ramona, 9954. Thank you so much. Blessings to you. Hi, Bob. Holiday greetings to you. Ramona, thank you for being here. So tonight, Ramona, I don't know if you just tuned in, but we're talking about the mystery of the black crystal tonight. And so I encourage all of you, you know, explore. If you want to work with scrying and energies around scrying. Hold on, Masters. That's a good question. I'll come back to that in just 1 second. You know, try the black crystal. Try the clear crystal. you may get a different effect with each of them, and you might feel like one works better for you than others. I myself just happen to love black crystals. I resonate with them. They work for me. Now, Masters Omniverse had a very good question, and he said, oops, where did he go, Masters? What can you see with a crystal ball? Well, really, you can see anything. You can see into the spirit world. Crystal balls, I believe, kind of open a portal psychically. You can see the angelic realm. You can see other worlds. You can use the crystal to look on the surface of Mars or go to the moon. You can use the crystal to, see a spirit guide. I find that I get stronger spirit interactions just for myself. I'm not saying this will be you. When I use the black crystal, that's just the ball that seems to resonate for me. So that's why I'm encouraging you. Some of you have written to me over the years that I got a crystal ball, but I don't ever see anything in it. And so, part of the challenge is you have to be in the right frame of mind, the right location. Try to do your crystal scrying in a darker room. Do it with softer lighting and just make it a relaxed place. You don't want to strain. When you work with the crystal ball, especially the black, it has a power. I find that it's not an issue of trying to see a vision. It's an issue of relaxing. And as you relax, you'll get drawn into that crystal and you'll start to get an experience, So I invite you to relax into the process, As I said, it's interesting. The black crystal balls, and I don't know why, are not as expensive as the clear. And these are the same. They're both 80 millimeters, but this one was a lot less expensive than that one. But that being said, crystal balls, you can get a really good crystal ball for under even $50 today. This, hold on, let me open it. I gotta use both hands. My large crystal, this is a 5-inch crystal. This crystal ball, I paid less than $30 for. I think I got it for $29. And that's a good price. Now, back in the day when I first started working with crystals like 30 years ago, they were rarer. And we didn't have the internet. Crystal balls used to be, a ball this size would normally run you back in the olden days over $100. My first crystal, which was about this size, just a little smaller, cost me $100 almost. I think it was $90. That was on sale at $90. It was normally over $100. Nowadays, you can get this. I think I got this for like, I don't know, it was like 30-some dollars. I don't remember the exact price, but it was less than $50. So you see, you don't have to spend a fortune. But if you're saying, well, gee, Bob, $30 is a lot for me to buy a crystal, I just say it this way. It's worth an investment in your tools. If you're serious about spiritual work and you want to really get into it, it's worth it to invest in your tools. So save your money and buy a crystal. Remember, the black crystals are cheaper, so you might want to start with that and see how that works for you. Oops, I'm trying to see the chat here. All right. Alicia Faye says, black tourmaline and amethyst sounds very intuitive. I have avoided my amethyst for a long time. I think that maybe I should begin working with them again. Amethyst is they actually make amethyst crystal balls. In fact, there are many gemstone forms of crystal balls, not just clear crystal or black. There are amethyst balls. There are jade balls. I have a jade ball, but it's in my closet. Maybe I'll bring that next week. But I say, when you find a crystal ball, let me tell you this, when you're looking for a crystal ball, you want to find one that you resonate with. Don't just buy the first crystal ball you feel. Like literally go into, if you do it on, make sure that you feel a resonance. I saw this on an eBay shop, and I just started looking at the picture. I said, I just felt a draw to it. I had to buy it, okay? And that's how you should be with your tools. You've got to really feel a connection with them. Because once you feel that connection, guess what? You will be connected, and you'll get a better experience, Also, a bit of advice, when you're not working with your crystal, don't let people just come into your room or your altar area and just grab your crystal. I used to let people come to my house for readings years ago, and I'd have my crystal out. They would just come and grab and say, oh, I got to look at this. Don't let people handle your crystal. Once you consecrate it, it's sacred to you. And if you let everybody handle it, it kind of takes the power away. It don't have to be cleansed and reconsecrated. you know. Queen Colabob says, I have 2 obsidian crystal balls, 3 big quartz, and a moonstone. Yeah, you love crystals as much as I do, don't you? Thank you for sharing that. City of the Shadow Sea says, just ordered a black crystal ball and an obsidian palm stone from Amazon, Bob. Yay! Oh, I can't wait to hear. I think you'll honestly, City of the Shadow says, get a really great effect with it. I was really surprised because I kind of was a little skeptical because I still get stuff with the regular clear crystal, but I was a little skeptical that when people say, oh, you will probably resonate better with it. I said, well, maybe, but I really did. So, you know, I'm a believer in it. I'm a fan of it. And City of the Shadow Seas, you don't have to tell me how much you paid, but I hope you found that the prices were reasonable, you know. Yes, Kim Olson says, yeah, you never touch a witch's tool. It's sacred, you know. Queen Colabob says, I play ball with my crystal balls. Bob goes nuts over it. I do. Queen Colabob, you know, everybody has a relationship with their crystal, but Queen Colabob takes hers and tosses it in the air and catches it. I said, my God, it gives me a heart attack because I'm such a klutz. If I did that, it'd break. I don't think you should do that. I really don't. But again, you have your own relationship with your crystal ball, you know. Now, when you want to not work with it, it's best to put a cloth over it. I didn't bring my cloths out here, but I'll show you those next week. But just get a piece of velvet cloth, preferably black or a dark blue, and just drape your ball in it when you're not using it. It does 2 things. One, it will keep the crystal ball from overheating if there's a lot of sunlight in the room. And 2, it preserves the energies of the ball. Especially with the black crystal, you want to keep that covered because it's attuned to dark moon energy, especially if it's tuned to dark moon energies or any lunar energy. Most crystal balls are attuned to lunar energy. Now somebody's going to say to me, all right, Psychic Bob, well, can I relate to solar energy? Can I charge my ball in the sunlight and use it as a solar energy ball? Absolutely yes. Okay. Traditionally, now this is traditional, witches consecrated the crystals to the moon. But there's nothing wrong with charging it under the sun. I mean, don't leave it in the sun all day. Go out under the sun for a few minutes, get some light in it, do some prayers to the sun god. And yes, you can charge your crystal under the sun as well. If you relate to solar energy, that energy will relate to you, you know. So I encourage you to kind of look at this from the place of, you know, building a relationship with your tools. Do you know that in the old days, the witches of old actually named their tools, and they believed that after the consecration, the tools were living beings. They had a consciousness. And I actually think that's true, you know. Queen Colabob says, Bob, put that ball down, you're going to drop it. I might drop it. I'm doing pretty good balancing. But the witches of old really believed their tools came to life. And I think that if we would develop that attitude, you know, we might have a greater reverence for our tools and have a better rapport with them. Star Lightworker says, Bob, I'm thinking of something more dark than clear for my first crystal ball. Is there a specific crystal type that is better, i.e., hematite versus amethyst versus rose versus tourmaline? I don't think you were here earlier, Star Lightworker. My ball is made of obsidian. The black, if you want to use a black ball, it should be either obsidian, which is a volcanic glass. This ball is like a glass-like substance called obsidian, or it can be black onyx. Either of those are really the best for a dark crystal. I don't know if you were here earlier. This is a raw crystal point. This is obsidian crystal that come out of the ground in a crystal form. You can also buy raw crystals, and the obsidian are very shiny if they've been polished up. This one was polished up. You can see its hexagonal structure and where it was cut out of the earth. You can use a raw crystal also for scrying, you know. And as I said, the black crystal is a great protection. I wear a black onyx crystal for protection as well. So I would recommend obsidian or onyx, you know. Make sure they're polished, high polished though, because some Sometimes you can buy them and they're not really polished, they're just kind of rough. Make sure it's a high polish and ask if you're buying, is this a polished crystal? Okay. Starlight Worker says, the obsidian is beautiful. Love that crystal as well. I love black ones. Oh, yes. Thank you for the advice. Good. I'm glad you heard that. Thank you so much. Kim Osborne says, I resonate, Bob, with hematite. They do make hematite balls as well. And that's another wonderful type of ball to work with. I find, and this is my experience, no offense, some of the hematite balls, though, have more flaws in them because of the nature of that crystalline structure. So if you really want a ball that is absolutely flawless and shiny, really you can't go wrong with black obsidian. Okay? And as I said, it's amazing. They're not that expensive. But yes, you can use hematite. I know a psychic who wears a hematite pendant. It's a big, like round hematite, like the size of this, and he puts it in his palm and uses it as a scrying stone. So you can use hematite as well, you know. So yes, hematite, black obsidian, black onyx. These are really excellent tools, you know. Argyle says, I have a deep love for Lemurian seed crystals and cathedral quartz. I prefer the natural points rather than polished by man. Yeah, a lot of psychics do that, and that's a wonderful way. I say, what works for you, stay with it. You know, I'm not one of these psychics who go around saying, you have to do it this way. I say, find the way that works. So all the things I show here are not commands, simply options. And for some of you, I know these options will work and will help you. For some of you, they may not work, but what they'll do is you'll say, you know, I tried that, but this way works better. It'll get you onto the way that you want. So I always say nothing's a waste, you know. I recently bought a crystal ball. I got taken. Be careful if you buy stuff out of China. I bought what was supposed to be a natural quartz crystal ball, but it looks like it may be a fake ball that's been injected to look like it's got inclusions. Anyways, be careful when you buy your crystals. If you can buy them in person, it's really the best, you know. Karen Bryant says, I want both the clear and the black. Yeah, you know, it's like yin yang, right? Some days I'm in the mood for the clear crystal. It just resonates with me, like on the full moon. And then there are times in the dark moon I want the black crystal. So that's why I have both. And you don't have to decide one or the other. You know, you can have both if you like it. You know, just buy one and work with it and then get another, you know. Nigella for me says, Bob, is there a place in the home that is bad to keep a crystal ball? I have mine in the living room surrounded by other mystical things. It brings me great peace to look at it is when I'm there. You know, Nigella, for me, I don't think so. I think wherever you like it, you know, I have a few different crystal balls, so I keep them in different rooms. Now, some psychics will tell you, don't put a crystal ball in your bedroom because the energies will be disturbing. It can draw in spirits and upset sleep. I don't find that. I keep a crystal ball on my bedstand right next to me. It actually helps me to sleep. So I will look at it before I go to bed. It calms me down, and then I go to bed, you know. And so, yeah, don't buy them from China. Yes, somebody said don't buy them from China. I recommend you buy your crystal balls from an American seller or whatever country you're in, because the Chinese are flooding the market with low quality quartz. They are quartz, but they've been fused with other things and they're not really pure, you know. Now, this crystal ball is quartz. It's a lab grown quartz. So if you buy a crystal ball, see if it's lab grown. There's nothing wrong with lab grown. It's much purer than glass even. I don't have my glass ball here because I was talking about black crystal, but a glass ball and a clear quartz, you put them side by side, the clear quartz will be more brilliant and more perfect. Now, that being said, some psychics will say, you can't buy a glass ball, it's not real, it doesn't work. I disagree. I have a glass ball. That's what I started with. It's not a quartz. My other glass ball was just across the room, but it's been a wonderful crystal for me. I've used it for over 25 years. So, you know, I'd say, you know, use what you like. But Nigella, to go back to you, In terms of what room you keep them in, honestly, I don't think it matters, you know. All right, I don't think it matters. All right. Ponderous Pro says, people always talked about feeling crystals vibrate or buzz in their hand. I didn't believe in it. And then I got my first piece of obsidian. Now I'm looking for a dinner plate size obsidian mirror. Yeah, the black mirror is amazing. And I don't have mine here because I wasn't going to talk about black mirror tonight, but I probably should have brought it. But that's all right. You know, maybe next week and Wednesday we'll continue with this because I think there's so much on the crystal that I could talk about. You know, next week I'll do the comparison between the black mirrors, the crystal ball, and silver mirrors. Well, maybe next week what we'll do is we'll just do a breakdown of each type of scrying device and the water scrying bowl. And I'll show you how to use each of them, different techniques, how you want to set the lighting, the pros and the cons. Would you guys like that? I think that would be really good for, you know, for next week. So, well, you know, we'll continue this, you know. But I'm just glad to be here with you guys. And it's so nice that your questions are wonderful. And thank you for the kind donations. It's very, very much appreciated, you know. Yes, Queen Colabobs has put in the chat how to contact me. If you want to get on my schedule for a private reading, you can call my office or just go to my website. You can buy readings over there and purchase psychic development classes. You know, so you can call my office, 703-825-3929. But it may be easiest just to go to my website. You can contact me there. Please go to my website if you're interested in getting in on the December 19th inner circle, because as I said, it's filling up. If you want to get in, I'll need to know this week. It may be full, but I have to check my email. I haven't checked it in the last hour. But, you know, yeah, we may do a whole inner circle on crystal balls because there's even more stuff that I can cover here at YouTube. And I'll tell you some of my prophecies. By the way, speaking of prophecies, heads up, don't forget to be here at my channel on New Year's Eve, December 31st at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do a live show, and we're going to do our annual psychic predictions. So I hope that you'll come out. I'm going to tell the whole world. That's one of my biggest videos of the year. And I hope you guys will come out for that. It's going to be a live stream this year. And I'm going to give you my annual predictions. You know, Queen Colabobs, I told her just a little bit, a little pinch, because she's moderator, and she begged and cried and pleaded. But anyways, you know, she's sworn to secrecy. But she can tell you, you got to be here for the December 31st predictions. I think it's going to rock your world. Yeah. Isn't that wonderful? Thank you so much. Crystal, Karen Bright says, Psychic what kind of crystals should I get to be able to meditate with? And I have the money for the inner circle for December 19th. I haven't sent out the invoices, Karen. Earlier I talked about that, so you have to go back and see it, but I will get those out in the next week. I'm just collecting the names down, putting together the list. But I will send out the invoices. All right. In terms of crystals, you know, I can't really say which ones you should use because they're all wonderful. They each will give you a different experience. I myself am a fan of Lemurian crystals as well, so you might want to research that. Lemurians you can hold in your hand, and they'll connect you to past lives, to the ancient Lemurian people and that culture. I'm a big fan of that. I say if you want a strong psychic experience, also start with the Lemurian. That will help you as well. All right. Hi, Raven Moth. Good to see you. Bob, what does it mean if your protective saltwater bowl cracks? It means that it took a hit for you. It means that there was some force of evil or spirit that was trying to interfere. And, you know, that object, that ritual object, protected you. This is why I said the witches of old believed that their tools had a consciousness and they could interact with them. They gave them names, and the tools protected them as well as served them. So that bowl protected you from something that was coming your way. So bury the bowl in thanksgiving for its sacrifice. And, you know, as you get a new one, consecrate it and talk to it and thank it and welcome it to a life of service. Blessings to you. I hope that answers that, you know. Queen Kolabob said Lemurian can overload you with knowledge and blank you out. It's powerful. It is powerful, you know. Oh my gosh. Robin Boston just donated $5 to the show. Robin, God bless you. Thank you so much. I wouldn't miss the predictions on 12/31. Thank you, Robin. Were you at last year's show? I think you were there. Well, anyways, I'd love to have all of you tell all your friends. You know, there seems to be a tradition all around the world. I get calls every year on New Year's Eve, and people call me and they say, Psychic Bob, we're having a party. We got you up on television. We're all watching. And I'm so touched that people take the time to tune in. It's like for some people, it's part of their party's event that they have Psychic Bob's show running during the party. So hopefully if you have any parties, you can put me on in the background and we can entertain people, you know. I always have a lot of fun on New Year's. In fact, I'm already planning my outfit because, you know, I'm all about doing the bling. I always say I'm going to out-bling Liberace on New Year's. Robin, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you to all of you. The donations are really great and they help me so very, very much, you know. But I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you. There's Mysterious 1111, $5. Thank you so much for your kind donation. Blessings, you know. So I wanted to introduce you to the Black Crystal tonight because really you just don't hear about it much. Now, luckily, because scrying mirrors are making a comeback, you do hear about, you know, Black Crystal more than you used to. But if you ask the average person, have you ever read a Black Crystal ball or seen a psychic use one? Most will tell you, no, I don't ever see that. My psychic has a clear crystal because that's just what's more common. But this Black Crystal can open some powerful doorways for you. And I always say, if you're having trouble with scrying with a clear crystal, try a Black Crystal. It may make all the difference. I know for me that it took me into a much deeper place and a more mystical place. So I guess I just say I'm a believer in it because it proved itself to me. But it may not work for you, but it might, you know. Oh, God bless you, Kim. Kim's so sweet. She said, you deserve it, Bob. You have helped so many people without asking for a dime. You know, I worked at YouTube for almost 15 years now, and I did everything for free, and I still try to do everything for free. I don't charge admission to be on my videos, but the donations do help, and I now have the ability to receive some blessing, and I'm very thankful for that, and I don't take it for granted. So every dollar helps at the end of the month, you know. Argyle says, a lot of crystals like to be wrapped up so they can rest. Remember, they come from under the earth where there is no light. Argyle, you said it perfectly. Absolutely. I wrap a lot of my crystals up too when I'm not using them because they are wonderful. In fact, you know what? I forgot I got here. Speaking of crystals, I did unwrap this recently. This is one of my big Lemurian crystals. This is a very valuable crystal. It cost me quite a bit. But this is a Lemurian. A lot of the Lemurians have a frosty ice look to them. And you can see it. The Lemurians have ridges on the sides. It's hard to show here on camera because it's very fine. But this has, if you can see it, it doesn't show up on camera, but it's got ridges, like little ladder ridges that go horizontal, going down it. And if I get the glare right, you might be able to see it. Yeah, it's hard to get on camera. But anyways, that's what you know Lemurians, because each of those ridges are a memory record. We're drifting into crystals here. We're a little off topic, but since we're talking about it, that's a Lemurian crystal. All right. Ponderous Pro says, I've had much success with black crystals, but no luck whatsoever with the clear. I have a clear glass crystal, but it just hasn't given me much of anything, and I have no problem using glass. Well, see, you're just confirming what I said. See, you're one of those people that the black crystal just works for you. Now, just to dispel any myths, because we may have new people who've never heard of this, the black crystal is not evil. I know somebody is going to go into the comments later after the show airs, and they'll say, that psychic wears black crystals. He must be into black magic and dark things. Black in itself is not evil. The witches of old didn't have black as an evil color. It was a protective color. That's why I wear black crystal. Black absorbs negative vibrations and dispels them. It deflects evil. So that's why I have sitting in my altar area a beautiful black crystal. It's a protection stone. So I wear a black crystal. I carry the black crystal. I can even scry with the black crystal. So black crystals are a big part of Psychic Bob's life, And, Ponderous Pros, I'm glad that, that you have that connection with the black crystal, I think that's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Hi, Starlight Worker. Starlight Worker says, Bob, will you ever consider doing a class on Lemurian crystals? I'm getting to know mine, but would like some guidance. Starlight Worker, I think that would be an excellent class. We may make that an inner circle class because some of the things I'll have to explain about Lemuria, I can't talk about on YouTube because of censorship. Believe it or not, they're censoring stuff related to Atlantis and Lemuria, but I can't explain that now. But in the inner circle, I think we'll do that. So I think we'll do that maybe as our first January class. Would you guys like to start January with an inner circle on Lemurian crystals? I think January, it's frosty and icy. What a great time to talk about these ice-like frosty stones. So our first January is going to be on Lemuria. You just inspired me, Starlight Worker. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Hi, Kim. Thank you. Yes, Kim says, it's what you use it for is your intention. Yeah, black is not evil. It's the intention. Now, a dark magician, an evil magician, could take a black crystal and use it to do curses and destructive magic. But we have the Wicca. We have vows of harm none, And so, we got another donation. What is that? City of the Shadow Seas, $4.99. Thank you so much. He said, just bought a black crystal ball and an obsidian palmstone scrying mirror on Amazon. Yay. I'm so happy for you. And I think you'll find that those give you a wonderful experience. It's funny because as much as I like to preach about the black crystal, you really have to try it to know it. And once you try it, you'll understand why I say that, I think that's great. Thank you for sharing that. I can't wait to hear your experience. So, anyways, so to come back to Starlight Worker, I think in January, our first January class, which I'll have to figure out the date. I'll tell you that later. But I think we'll do it on Lemurian crystals, the life of ancient Lemuria and its crystals. Because there's a lot I have to say that is becoming actually very relevant to our society today, but I can't say. And if you're in the class, you'll understand the stuff why I can't say it. But Smita, you just inspired me. So thank you. So anyways, guys, I'm going to keep it short here. I just wanted to spend a little time with you and talk about the crystals. I want to say thank you to all of you for your wonderful and kind donations tonight. It's so good to be here with you, It's lovely. By the way, my other pendant I'm wearing tonight is an astrology pendant. Let me show this to you because I love astrology. The Inner Circle class on December 19th is going to be about the mysteries of the zodiac and prophecies related to that. This is a sterling silver disc pendant of Aquarius. It's an Aquarian guy flying through the stars pouring water. Aquarius is known as the water bearer. But this is a vintage pendant from the 1960s, but it's in mint condition. I wear it and kept it polished and clean. And I wear it on my Tiffany silver chain. So I love silver. That's just my metal. As an Aquarius, they say Aquarians relate to the white metals, aluminum, silver, titanium, platinum, white gold. Those are Aquarian metals, But anyway, so that's my metal. The reason why I'm wearing this is I have now launched a new service, and I'm doing astrology charts. I did Queen Colabob's yesterday, using my new format that I'm using to see if it looked good and it worked. And Queen Colabob's, can you tell people a little bit about your chart if they enjoyed, if you enjoyed getting it, Now, I am going to start selling astrology charts. I don't have it on my website. I'm having some tech issues with my website, so I'm having to do stuff kind of old-fashioned. If you're interested in an astrology chart, send me an email. I'm charging $45 for those. Now, I know somebody's going to say, well, gee, Bob, I can go online and get one for $20 from another astrologer, you know. But the difference is that these are not some, I don't just print out some automated chart. There are psychics who have automated programs and they just print out a chart and it prints it out and gives you all the information. What I do is I actually put together your chart by hand, and then I hand write an analysis of that and show you what I'm seeing. So it's it's personal to you. It's not an automated thing. So even if somebody with the exact same birthday and time as you calls you for a chart, they're not going to get some electronic printout the same as you. It's, each chart is a little different. It's going to be hand done by me. So I will see different things in it. So, yes, you might be able to get it cheaper, but the difference is it's me actually sitting down and doing it by hand for you. So that's why I charge $45. It's quite a bit of work, but I love astrology, and for me, it's a passion. So, oh, thank you, Kim. Kim says, but Bob is the real deal, and Bob's stuff is an awesome investment. Thank you. I always say that, Kim, reading is an investment in yourself. So an astrology chart, what that'll give you is, when I cast the charts like this, this is the zodiac wheel, but everybody has a wheel in their life. You have a natal chart and it'll cast a wheel like this. And that wheel will show you the alignment of the planets at the time of your birth. Queen Colabus says, I have my chart up on my Instagram. So you guys might want to go over to Queen Colabus, tell them your Instagram, and then they can go see it. But I printed out her chart, and then I gave her my own written report on it. I write my own private report. I literally type a report for you based on my observations. So it's my insight. So if you want to do that, it's $45 for that. And what I'll need from you is your birth date, your location, if you know where you're born, and if you know at the time. Now, I know some people, you don't have your birth certificate. I've been through this where I don't know my time. I now know my time, but I didn't know it for a long time. I can still do a chart without the time, but it may be slightly inaccurate in some areas. It won't be horrifically wrong, but it may not be as detailed or sharp as I would get if I had the exact time. So if you can get your birth time, or pretty close, like if you know that you were born around 7:30 or 7:38 or 7:40, that's pretty close. We can get it pretty accurate. But what happens, why the time is important, is that the heavens are in motion all the time. And so knowing that time, like it shifts so many degrees every hour. So some of the alignments will shift depending if you don't have the time. But that being said, I can still do a pretty accurate chart for you and get the major points in, at least. But the time gives me a little better at the minute details, Starlight Worker says, can you do international births like I was born in it? Yes, I can do global. So you don't have to be in the United States. Doesn't matter where you're born. My astrology chart program allows me to account for the alignments in those areas. So, yeah. Queen Colabub says $150 full Zoom reading, $60. No, it's $80 compact voice reading, Cola. And then $45 astrology chart. So that's my reading price. For a private hour with me on phone or face-to-face, it's $150. $80 for the compact voice reading. Compact voice reading is where you email me up to 3 questions, and I sit down and answer those in depth, and I do an audio recording, and I email you my private reading. That's $80. The astrology chart is $45. So there are different things you can purchase. But send me an email if you're interested in astrology chart. And if you want to go forward with it, I'll send you an invoice through PayPal. Right now, as I said, it's not on my website, Raymond Hampton says, my cousin had a black crystal ball that writing would come up in when you rub it and speak to it. Oh, that's interesting. Are you talking about the magic 8 ball? There used to be a magic 8 ball where you'd rotate it right and then words would come up in it. That sounds similar to that. That's interesting. I say anything can be an oracle if you're attuned to spirit. Spirit can work through anything. Magic 8 ball. Somebody said magic 8 ball is a toy. I said, no, not for some people. Depends on your focus, anyways. Well, guys, listen, I'm wrapping it up now. I've got to do some other work tonight. But I want to tell you, thank you. Thank you for being here. I hope you've enjoyed this tonight. And anyways, make sure, please give me thumbs up, like this video, favorite it, share with your friends. Thank you for the donations. You guys rock. And remember to email me about the classes. The Saturday, as I said, we still have openings for this Saturday, December the 4th. We have openings for the December 4th psychic development class on Saturdays, 12 o'clock, noon till 2 on Zoom. If you buy that, I will send out the Zoom link on Saturday morning before the class. So you'll get that then. So I hope that you guys will join us and come out and be part of this. You know, I'm trying to expand my offering so you have a lot of ways to connect. Because a lot of you say, Bob, you know, I loved watching you on YouTube, but I wish I could talk to you in person. I wish I could get more help, you know, than you did in your videos. So that's why I'm doing live, so we can start to interact more. I really enjoy interacting with the public and all of you. So, you know, I'm doing lives now. That's one change here. We're offering classes now so you can learn. And we're offering other things like, you know, astrology readings as well. I've loved astrology all my life. I've been I call it an armchair astronomer or astrologer. And now I've decided to take that and to really take it to the next level and really just use it and do it. I used to do charts many years ago, but it's, you know, it's a different era now. And I think that, you know, it's time to revisit that. So, and we also, yes, Queen Colabob said we're going to have new merchandise coming in 2022. We're going to have some new Psychic Bob shirts, you know, stuff to support the channel, all sorts of things, the merchandise. So keep with us. We got a lot going. It's a lot of work, but I love it. And I want to give a big shout out again tonight to Queen Colobobs. Everybody give her thank you for her moderator. You know, Queen Colobobs is my bodyguard here because, as some of you know, you've been here when the trolls come in. They try to disrupt it and scare people and insult people. Queen Colobobs is my little Jack Russell Terrier dog, and I sick her on you. You gonna be out of here, you know. So I want to say thank you to Queen Colobobs, and she's been helping me manage the inner circle and keep track of the registrations. You know, PsychicBob's got so much going on. I need a little help, and she's been a great help. So big thanks to you. Yep, you're my little Jack Russell. So thank you, Queen Colobobs, for your service. Thank you to all of you for being here tonight. Thank you for your donations, your support, and I hope you'll keep here. Tomorrow is Thursday, Vlog Thursday. We're going to try to go out on the town, weather permitting, and I'm going to wear my new boots, my Doc Marten boots that were shipped over from England. So any of you been to England, you probably know these shoes. The British police wear them. The punk rockers wear them. A lot of goths wear them. They're worn in America. They're not there in Britain, but they're British shoe. When I lived in England, I used to wear them. And Queen Colabob sent me a beautiful pair for Christmas. And I must say they're a little expensive. Pressure's on to get a good gift for her now. So Queen Colobobs, tomorrow we're going to go out on town and break in these new shoes. Guys, listen, I hope to see you tomorrow. God bless you. Thank you for being here. You guys rock. And I send my blessings to all of you. And we'll see you back here tomorrow for Vlog Thursday. And until then, may all of you always, what do we say? Blessed be.